Welcome back to another episode of We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Hello, Governor.
This time we're talking about, this is the very first week of Riddled Corpses EX.
Yep,
Which
and again, we'll get it out the way straight. First and foremost,
yes,
please ignore the artwork for the game.
Very
unfortunate.
It's not unfortunate. Like I feel like it's a very good homage to that specific anime style. It's just that's the only thing. The game doesn't look like that. Like it's very very strange. But this is our palette cleanse. We're working towards the end of the year ceremonies here for TVGP, and honestly, after the last couple of games we've been playing through pretty much everything under the TVGP umbrella, kind of needed something a little bit different.
Yeah, and a little bit more arcadey, for lack of a better way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Something that's not a kick in the teeth every time you switch it on.
Yeah, and it's very much the polar opposite of Sunless Sea. You know, where Sunless Sea was, I think we settled on a deliberate game.
Yes, all story, very deliberate pacing. Yeah,
this is pretty much the exact opposite, where very little story and very, very actiony.
Yep.
You've been playing this pretty much throughout the year since it came out, right?
Yes, I did receive a copy for free, full disclosure, to basically give my impressions of it. And at the time, I pretty much said it's a really fun, dumb, switch your brain off and just shoot some stuff, Geometry Wars kind of game.
Yeah.
And I feel like that still holds up.
Yeah, I would say so. This is my first real brush with it, except for you talking about on TVGP, and I think that's really an apt description. I feel like some people might take issue incorrectly with us saying that a game is sort of switch your brain off, and it's not a bad thing. It's just at its core, it's one of those fun arcadey games where it's more about, you're not solving puzzles, you're not reading some in-depth story, it's really just, there's an enemy on the screen, react to it, it's a twin-stick shooter, blast all the zombies, and then you're gonna fight a big boss at the end.
Yep. It's kind of like to put that in a similar way, it's like when we were dealing with Sunless Sea, like, me personally, for example, I was mentally exhausted from really long hours at work, physically exhausted from not sleeping a whole bunch, and then I'm playing a game which is very deliberately paced,
yes.
keeping that action going.
Yeah.
But then was not clear at all on the objectives, so how much brain power you have to use to find the objectives and that kind of stuff, that affected me negatively, because I don't have the brain power to go through all of the steps necessary to try and figure out what I need to do for this mission. Whereas this, like you said, it's a very reactive game. It's just
shoot them zombies.
Yeah, there is an enemy in the upper left. You move your right stick up and left.
Right. Yeah, I think the thing that really impressed me is I think they do something so intelligently, and their design is so solid in the very first, let's say 20 minutes you play it, where it's very clear, like, hey, just go into the story mode.
Yep.
Pick your first character, just play the game once, and sort of no matter how bad or good you are at the game, you're gonna get enough gold to get that first upgrade. And I think that's where this game really shines, where you're shooting one bullet at the beginning, and it's sort of like, all right, it takes 5 or 6 to shoot a zombie. But your first upgrade, you're shooting 3 bullets at once, sort of like a triangle shape. I think that's
spread shot.
Yeah, and I think that's so smart, because even if you don't have, probably especially if you don't have any experience with roguelikes, it is very clear you made it, X number of screens into the run, you got this upgrade, now you can get through those X screens twice as fast and get even further. Like, it's very, very clear. Where some games, I feel like some roguelikes, and Binding of Isaac is probably one of the worst examples of this, is early on in the game, run to run, you may not necessarily be seeing the biggest improvements.
Yep.
Riddled Corpses is very much like, look, if you get this amount of gold, you're going to get stupid strong every time you upgrade. Like, next thing you know, you're shooting giant, like 6 giant bullets at the same time, and that's only like level 5 out of 20. So
yep.
I think that's really smart.
So I'm guessing so far you've only used John, I believe, as the main character.
Mm-hmm. I think I have 2 more unlocked. There's 6, I think. I think I have the first 3, like that first column. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6. There is 6 characters, 1 support, and 1 turret. Oh right, okay.
So the turret is very much like the bomb and the stopwatch, which we should talk about that as well. You can collect the stopwatch and the TNT symbols, which give you the freeze time and the clear of the screen of all the enemies.
Yep.
Really quick, it says on the screen, A is... Wait there, what's A? I can't remember what A is.
That's the TNT.
Okay, so A is the TNT, I think X is the stopwatch?
Yes, because on PS4 it's X and square.
And square.
Yeah.
Left bumper is stopwatch, right bumper is clear the screen.
Okay.
Just so you know. Because it does not say that at all, and that's really handy, because in a twin-stick shooter, especially on later levels, there will be times when you do not want to take your finger off that stick.
You got that oh poop button where it's like, no, just too many bullets.
Some pro tips for you. Let's get some pro tips out of the way.
Okay.
If you know when you, as you're progressing through the level, it does the stop, and then it just spawns wave upon wave of enemies.
Bar at the bottom where it says like wave progress or something.
Yeah, and you get that down by killing a bunch of enemies. If you use the stopwatch, every enemy you kill there, it does not deduce from that bar.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So you know, so that should be the last resort button on the stopped screens.
Or if you want to farm gold or something.
Yeah, on bosses it's fine because you're still doing damage to the boss, and on like the transitional screens where you're moving from point to point, it's fine there. But on those waves, if you hit that, you'll end up fighting 1 or 2 additional waves than you would have normally.
Okay, so that's good. I hadn't realized that.
I didn't know that either for the longest time. There was an achievement for making it through stage 4 without using any of the abilities.
Yeah.
And oh boy, is that a challenging one.
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 stages are not bad, and stage 3
is the worst type of stage ever. Let's just get that out
like
the way.
auto-scrolling. I think I actually enjoy that level for the most part, but it makes it almost impossible to pick up gold, which is really frustrating. That's
my least favorite level for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which characters you will have because of the first 3. I don't know if you have to buy one of them or not, but I think it's the 3rd character down. She might end up being like 999 gold or whatever to buy her.
Right.
Because you have to buy them and then start the progress and unlocking them. She's worth it because she gets double gold.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have the first one, John, you get. The next one is 2,000, and the one after that, I think, is 3,000. And then the 4th one is like level all 3 of those to 20, and then she unlocks.
Yep. So I think the second one has a magnet ability. So John is just normal.
He's just
your regular. He's just your regular John. Yes.
Yeah.
He's your John Doe. And then the second one has the magnet ability. So any gold that gets dropped, you automatically suck it towards you.
Oh man, I gotta unlock that character. Okay.
The third one has double gold. Yeah. So any gold you pick up, it doubles it.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th one gets double lives, so anytime you pick up an extra life, you get 2.
Okay.
The one in the top right, Erica, you unlock for getting those first 3 people up to level 20.
Mm-hmm.
She has magnet, double gold, and double lives.
Yes.
And I haven't unlocked the last one yet because I haven't beat the story mode just as of yet.
Oh, okay.
I got up to the end of stage 5 today, which, oh boy. Quick question as well. Something that I do actually love about this game. Did you notice the soundtrack swap button on the
between
character
like
select screen?
the new one and the classic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I beat arcade mode today, which I was very surprised by because I didn't expect to do that.
Arcade mode is really cool. So for anyone
Yep.
listening that isn't playing this, I think story mode is fun. I think arcade mode is really interesting because you start at level 1 with whoever you pick, and then there's this bouncing upgrade around the screen. Every time you pick that up, that levels you up one more level. And I think I was wondering how they were going to do that mode, and that's a really fun way, because it quickly turns into, okay, this thing is bouncing around, I need to go try and get it, and there are way too many zombies in front of me.
Yep, and every time you die, one of them bounces out of you as well and bounces around the screen and returns to somewhere on the screen. So you do lose an upgrade every time you die, but you can go collect it again.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, I beat arcade mode today, which I'm really pleased with, and I actually unlocked the metal soundtrack.
Oh,
which
right.
I haven't played the game again since I beat arcade mode, so I'm looking forward to going back and having a listen and seeing what the metal soundtrack is like.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I did not expect there to be additional soundtracks.
Nope, me either. I
Yeah.
thought there was going to be the two and that's it, but as a metal fan, I'm looking forward to actually seeing if it's chiptunes metal or metal.
Yeah, it'd be great if they had Family Jewels to do it. They had he did an entire downloadable soundtrack for what's that rhythm roguelike?
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yes, he did a whole metal version of that, which was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a good game. Like it's so good to just switch your brain off and shoot the crap out of everything on the screen.
Yeah, and I feel like directly counter to Sunless Sea, which I'm trying not to talk too much about Sunless Sea, but I like the idea of kind of comparing the last game to this game, sort of as we go forward. I like that I don't have to tuck in for 2 hours. I can do a run that, God, maybe 15, 20 minutes. If I don't want to play more, I can just close out of it and I did a run, or I can sit there for an hour, bang out a couple runs, get a bunch of gold, and kind of be on my way. Like I can make progress with just a little bit of time, and right now that feels really good. That's sort of counter to literally every other game I'm playing at the moment.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's one of those things as well where we've talked about this before. Like we mentioned it in the game club for Massive Chalice and the We Roguelike It for Sunless Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes certain games need to hit you at certain times.
Yep.
And it's the end of the year. We're playing high tension, big deal games.
Yep.
And right now, we like I've had this game for almost 6 months now, and it's been a while since I've popped back into it. But it felt good to just jump back in and be like, okay, let's see how I do. And I made it to stage 5 on my first jump back in.
Nice.
But that's also because I have 4 characters leveled up to level 20.
Right.
And also because I have the support leveled up to level 20, which I ain't going to tell you about. You've got to unlock that and figure out what that does by yourself.
And that's part of what I'm excited for about this game, because it, from the outside, it seemed very much like a twin stick shooter that was going to be more focused on score and stuff like that. And I knew that there were some persistent elements, because obviously it's in the list for We Roguelike It. We're not gonna just say like, here, our next game is, a regular old twin stick shooter. But I'm impressed with the number of things to unlock, especially the turret, the support thing. There's a lot more stuff in there than I thought, and I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I would, and I thought I would like it, but it's really great so far.
That's literally the exact same reaction I had when I first started playing it. Like, I hit A, I loaded up, I thought, oh no, what have I gotten myself into?
What anime shooting game am I playing?
Is this a Hatsune Miku?
So there's a Galgun sequel?
That's the one I was thinking of, yes. And then no, as it turns out, it's just totally chill, fun times.
Yep.
So
shoot them zombies.
Yeah. And it's good. So fingers crossed. we'll see how it goes from here. 2 more weeks of this is about right, I think. So
yeah, I would. It's after playing it, I sort of thought like, all right, I could play 2 more weeks of this. Over the next 2 weeks, I probably won't unlock everything, but that's okay because I feel like I don't. I mean, we're not playing it for review, so I'm not gonna 100% of this game over 40 hours. Nothing like that. It's a really good palate cleanser right now, and it's just a really great game to play.
Yep. And mechanically as well, it's worth mentioning that the game itself, it feels good. Like the shooting, the sticks, it feels very accurate.
Yeah.
Like Geometry Wars will always be best in class for that, I think.
Oh yeah.
But you can get some twin stick shooters where it feels loose, or you don't feel like you're shooting in the right direction. Whereas this, because of the pace of the bullets and because of the art style, I think it just sits nicely in that. Okay, yeah, it's shooting where I want it to shoot.
Yeah, like immediately you know how to play that game, and it doesn't do the cardinal sin of twin stick shooters where like you with your right stick your character swings around or anything. It's just real snap,
instantaneous.
Snap. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. It feels really good. It's just a really good game, and I'm glad that you talked about it on the show and put it on this list because I feel like it's one of those games where, from the outside, you'd look at it and be like, oh, I'm not sure why I would be interested in this game, but it's really good.
Yep, it genuinely is.
But that's all the episode we have for this week. We're both sort of excited to get back into this game, so we will talk about it next week. Bye.
Bye.
I didn't have my button on the video. Bye.